In Call of Duty, there's guns that are great and guns that are not so great. Today I'm going to cover 5 best Cold War guns and the 5 worst ones too. Welcome back to COD Filming. Let's get into the video. Best, MAC-10. The MAC-10 is by far the best Cold War gun to use in Warzone. All the professionals and prominent streamers are using the MAC-10 in Season 1. The gun's controllable recoil pattern and insane fire rate make it the best gun to use up close in the game. Expect to be accused of hacking when using the gun in a 1v1 battle at close ranges. The MAC-10 beats the MP5 in every performance category, and players should use the gun while they can. Raven will likely consider nerfing the weapon in a future update. Worst, AK-47. Another AK-47 was added to Warzone. It is even worse than the first one. The recoil pattern of the Cold War AK-47 is extremely difficult to control, and it is the least accurate assault rifle in the game. Disappointingly, the gun is unusable in Warzone despite being one of the best guns to use in Cold War multiplayer. For some reason, Raven has opted to increase the recoil of the gun in Warzone. The recoil pattern of the AK-47 in Cold War multiplayer is moderate and controllable. Fans of the AK-47 have to wait for a buff to the weapon in Warzone. Best, DMR-14. The DMR-14 is a dominant weapon for players that can control its idle sway and recoil. The weapon is a 3-shot kill if players can mix in a headshot and a 2-shot kill to the head. With the right attachments, the DMR will melt opponents in seemingly no time at all. The gun also has less recoil and is more controllable than the SKS. Even better, tactical rifles from the Cold War use assault rifles ammunition instead of sniper ammunition. With accurate enough aim, the DMR will beat most guns in the game at short to medium ranges. Worst, QBZ-83. Despite the fact that QBZ is the most accurate assault rifle, it is one of the worst weapons to use in Warzone. The QBZ does not have the damage per second to compete with any of the assault rifles at any range. The gun feels great, but it will lose in essentially every gunfight. Hopefully the weapon will receive a damage buff to make it usable in the game. Best, Groza. The Groza is a great weapon in short to medium range encounters. Due to lower bullet velocity and moderate recoil, there are better options for a long-range weapon. However, if paired with a sniper or marksman rifle, the Groza is as good as many comparable options. The Cold War weapons are also more difficult to use as long-range threats because the sights are simply not as good as the Modern Warfare sights. Players that use the VLK or Blue Dot sight will have an advantage from range. Worst, KSP-45. The KSP-45 is not an effective weapon in Warzone. While the 3-round burst can be powerful, if players are hitting their shots, the gun does not have the damage range and bullet velocity to compete with the best SMGs in the game. The KSP resembles the Burst Striker 45, which was powerful but impractical as a weapon. The MAC-10 and the MP5 are much better options. Best, Krig 6. After the Kilo has been given a slight nerf, the Krig 6 appears to be the best candidate to replace it. The Krig 6 has controllable recoil and manageable DPS with good drop-off ranges. Raven patched the bullet velocity for the Krig, so it should feel better going onward. Overall, the Krig is a balanced assault rifle that can be used in a number of scenarios. Worst, Type 63. All the tactical rifles are effective in Warzone. It just so happens that the Type 63 is the worst of them. With slightly more recoil than the DMR, players should avoid using the gun in Warzone. Much like the SKS, the gun is great if players hit their shots, but not recommended in most scenarios. Best, FFAR. Out of all 6 of the assault rifles added to Warzone, the FFAR has the best time to kill of all out of the 6 weapons. It does have a tricky recoil pattern, however. The FFAR will zigzag, similar to the Groza. In close to mid-range encounters, the FFAR will beat many other guns in the game. The gun has considerably good iron sights, which leaves an attachment free to improve recoil and bullet velocity. Worst, Bullfrog. The Bullfrog is a middle-tier weapon in multiplayer, but it does not have the effective damage range to be one of the better SMGs in Warzone. It has modest damage and a relatively slow fire rate. The gun resembles the Bison in Warzone. Players can try the gun out, but the other submachine guns will edge it out in nearly all categories. If the Bullfrog will be ground loot in a future season, it would be a good early game weapon because of the large ammo magazine. However, players have several better options to choose from. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.